The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Shawn.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's September 13th, 2022. We're sitting at 5:30 right now.
And I've got a new closet, Shawn.
New closet? Like you built one? You built one? Your husband built one?
You know what? I just changed the purpose of one thing into a closet, and it's working out terribly for me.
Oh, terribly. It's not helping. It's making things worse.
Yeah, making things worse for sure. It's my car.
Oh. I was like, I don't know. Where do you have room to renovate in your place?
Yeah, there's no room. Absolutely no room. I had to move out to my car. No, it's just because it's been so cold in the mornings and then so warm in the afternoons that my car now has every fall jacket that I own, station swag jackets, regular everyday jackets.
Yeah.
They're all hanging out in there. And then as well, the sweaters that I've been wearing underneath them, hanging out in my car. There's about 10 different long-sleeved items in the car.
Well, I think anyone who's listening right now totally gets it, because right now, what is it, like 6? Plus
5.
6?
It's
plus
cold.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And then by the time 11 noon rolls around, they're going to be sweating. But everyone right now understands the struggle of freezing to warm and sweaty within a couple hours.
Yeah, and do you understand the struggle of waking up in the morning and being like, it's 4:30 in the morning, where's my coat? Where's my coat?
Yeah.
What the heck? And then it's like, the time that I need it is to walk from my house to my car, so of course I'm not going to wait till I get to the car to put it on with its cold sleeves. I have to bring a new one.
Yeah.
I need some advice, Shawn.
Okay, I'm here for you.
Okay, so this happened to me on Sunday, but I feel like my solution for it was the worst choice, and I'm hoping if it ever happens again, knock on wood it doesn't, that I have a better idea.
Yeah, I'm definitely here for you. I got some good advice for a lot of things.
All right, so I am paddling on Sunday. I get out of the boat. I'm standing on the riverbank waiting for my shuttle to come and get me.
Yeah.
And a raven swoops me.
Oh.
Now, the first time it goes by my head, I was like, wow, that was so close. I heard its wings beating.
Wow.
The second time it went by my head, I ducked because it was about to hit me.
Oh, my goodness.
And the third time, I ended up in the grizzly bear is about to attack position, where you're in the fetal position protecting your neck. And I just waited like that until my ride arrived.
Really?
I was scared. Those birds are huge. And I was by myself. So it's like, who's going to save me if this bird comes to peck my eyes out? I'm just going to hide them.
Yeah.
What would you have done?
All right, couple things here. Did you have your paddle?
Yeah, I guess I did. It was in my boat waiting with me.
All right, I'd line up like I'm Ken Griffey Jr., Jose Batista, Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire. I'd get in my best baseball stance, and I'd be like, hey, Raven, telling you one time, back off, buddy. And then I'd probably baseball bat it.
Okay, you want to play ball?
Yeah, okay, that's option 1, okay? That
Okay.
instantly came to mind. Option number 2, you had what, a kayak, canoe?
Kayak.
Turn the kayak over, hide in the little bubble.
Oh, wow. You are wealth of knowledge over here. These are both way better solutions than my grizzly bear fetal position.
Yes. Okay. And option number 3, I have a pretty good karate chop. I'd welcome that raven into my grill and I would chop it on its neck and be like, what's up?
Okay, that is not an option for me because I don't want, I want the raven as far away as possible. I don't want to touch it.
So did you take 3 hours out of your night to watch the Emmys?
I did no. Sorry.
Yeah, me either. No shame. I don't think there's any shame in not watching the award ceremonies anymore.
Well, it's hard when the article comes out the next day and tells you everything you need to know in 3 minutes. You're like, oh, wow, yeah, I do like her outfit. Thank you for the 3-second little shimmer, you know?
Yeah, and just so many people cutting cable these days, too. I think just natural way of attrition.
Yeah,
by
I'm one
award
of those
shows.
Cable cutters.
Anyway, like you said, though, the article came out the next day, and I just read it over. I'm like, oh, I've actually seen a couple of these.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to quiz you. What do you think so do you know any of the results?
I know that Lizzo made a speech last night that was quite impactful.
Oh, okay.
That is the only thing I know about the Emmys.
All right. So what do you feel more confident, dramas or comedies? Because that's the way I'll quiz you on.
Oh, go for dramas, I think.
Dramas?
I might regret this, probably. I probably would regret comedy too, though. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, in the past year, best drama series, what do you think won? I'll list off the ones that were nominated here.
Okay.
Yellow Jackets, Stranger Things, Squid Game, Severance, Ozark, Euphoria, Better Call Saul, or Succession. What one stands out of those all?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I've seen Severance out of all of those.
Oh.
I think, though, I've seen a ton more about Zendaya and having a year. So I'm going to guess it's a show I haven't seen as Euphoria.
Euphoria. I think that'd be a good guess. But Succession won.
Oh, haven't even heard of that.
I've heard about it. It seems like I'd fall asleep during it, but apparently it's good, though. It won Best Drama Series. So
congrats.
Very
Succession
interesting.
actors and actresses and writers and show people.
Yeah. Squid Game, too. I thought that would maybe win because that was like all the hype.
Yeah, I think, though, when you do an award show a year later, people are like, Squid Game was great, but I watched it a year ago. And I think a lot of times what gets the best is the last show you watched.
Very true. And Squid Game was kind of like one season, everyone watched it in a week.
Yeah.
They could binge it kind of thing. Whereas I think like a lot of these other shows, they've been going on for seasons and seasons and seasons and been dragged out a lot more. Whereas people's like, oh, Squid Game is just like a snap of a finger. Squid Game did get recognized, though, for lead actor.
Oh.
Lead actor in a drama series. The main guy, he won main actor right there. Okay, what about lead actress in a drama series, okay? So we have Reese Witherspoon. She was in The Morning Show. Sandra Oh, Canadian. What's up?
Woo.
She was in Killing Eve. Melanie Linsky, Yellow Jackets. Laura Linney, Ozark. Jodie Comer, Killing Eve. Or Zendaya, Euphoria. Who
Gotta
do you think
be
won?
Zendaya.
She did.
Yay!
You were on the right path from the original thought of drama series right there. So you were right. She was and is still killing it in the game right there. And I'll just tell you this about the comedy series.
Yeah.
It was Ted Lasso for like essentially everything.
Oh, I don't know if I laughed during that. It wasn't that funny.
No, you're
more
wrong
of a
on
drama.
that. Leave. Okay, Ted Lasso was incredible. Okay? Stop it. A couple weeks into the new school year, Steph, do you think kids are still getting dressed up like they were on the first day of school?
Oh, it depends on who you ask. I think if it was me, I would be.
Yeah? Were you someone that like kind of planned what you were wearing every day?
Oh, yeah. I planned it out like a week in advance. Like, okay.
Pardon?
Yeah. And I would leave the clothes that I wore the week before like in a pile on the floor so I knew that I wasn't repeating any outfits.
Wow.
I didn't lay out. Sometimes I would even put like little pieces of tape with legends on it. So I put like a star, smiley face, birthday hat.
Stop it.
And so then those pants went with the star, smiley face, birthday hat, t-shirt. Yeah. You?
Yeah, same. I pretty much labeled everything and laid it out a week before. Yeah, I did absolutely this. No, of course I didn't. When did this start for you? Was this like since you were young or was this like a high school thing?
I'd probably say like the oldest I would have been when I started this was maybe grade 4, grade 5. Like
Wow.
I've been doing it for a long time.
Do you still do it as an adult? Coming to work?
Like if I start a new job, absolutely. If I go home to visit my family, I absolutely lay out every single outfit and I'm like, no, this shirt goes with this pairs of pants, goes with these shoes on a trip. Yeah, I'm still that same person as the first week of school.
I was like, my mom and I would go shopping and she would pick out all these amazing clothes for me. And then I would like first day of school, I'd be like, what's up? Kind of thing. And I'd like looking good. And it'd be like second day of school, here's my sweater, here's my sweats, get used to it because this is going to be the rest of the year.
You're kidding. Oh my gosh. My brother too, my parents would always give us like a back to school budget.
Yeah.
We get the same amount and I would make that money work for me. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, here's the sale rack. These jeans are from last year, but nobody knows this is perfect, blah, blah, blah. And I would get like 13 outfits.
Oh.
And then my brother would come home from shopping with his friends because he was older. And he'd be like, I got a pair of jeans, I got this great t-shirt, and I got a toque. And my mom would be like, where's your sweater? Where's the multiple jeans you're going to wear to school every day? And he's like, this is how much your budget got me. And my mom was like, Steph bought 13 outfits. What the heck?
You only need one pair of jeans. I know where he's coming from.
Hey, Shawn, you know how I make a podcast of our show every day?
Yeah, I do. If everyone else doesn't know, Steph makes a podcast every day.
I do. And it's all of our favorite breaks from the morning. And yesterday, was 199.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
So that means that today we're about to pass our 200th episode of our show podcast.
Milestones are so fun. Number 200 coming up here. That's really, really cool. So yeah, if you haven't heard, we have a podcast. You can go on over to our website, mix1037fm.com. There's a music tab. It says podcast under it. You can find it, whether it's on Apple, Google, Spotify, our app, literally everywhere. And it just wraps up what we talked about during the day on one simple spot. What is it, 15, 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, it's about 15 or 20 minutes long. And it's basically, I mean, you can hear kind of our life stories, all of the funny moments that happen to us, but also what happens locally. We're always including interviews, SPCA Pet of the Week Day. Whoever comes on and tells us something great, we include them. When you call into the show to weigh in on a topic, we put you in our podcast as well. So you too could be on a podcast. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, if you've ever contributed to the show, texted in, called in, most likely you're going to be on the podcast on the day that we put it out. So that's very neat. And I just did some math here, Steph. So if we have 200 episodes, they're all around 20 minutes. We'll say 20 minutes?
Sure.
20 minutes long. Simple math says that's 4,000 hours.
4,000 minutes. 4,000 minutes.
Minutes. Okay, numbers never my strong point. Divide that by 60. We're looking at 66 hours of us on a podcast, okay?
Okay.
And then what do you think? How far away is the East Coast here, where a lot of people are from?
Yeah, I bet you it's about 66 hours away.
I
bet you a ton of people have done that drive before and could tell us really fast.
Yeah, Google Maps. I got Google Maps up here. St. John's. We're going to St. John's, okay? Mm-hmm. Newfoundland, Labrador. 71 hours. There you go. You can fill your whole drive from Fort McMurray to St. John's with us.
Yeah, I like to say that our podcast is a laugh every 2 minutes, so you could just chuckle the whole way there. Yeah. Every 2 minutes you could be laughing, and then you'll get there and be like, shoot, I guess I better listen again the whole way back, because I laughed the whole time.
Start from the beginning. For the past couple weeks or so, I've just been adding like small blankets onto my bed as I refuse to put my comforter on because I just want to not even accept that colder days are coming.
Yeah, and I mean, the solution for that is just to close your window at night, but...
Oh, but it's such a good sleep, though. It's like the mixture of the cold air sweeping through and then just like 700 blankets on top of you. I don't know what it does, but it does something to me.
And so? Yeah,
so I have my top sheet, and then I have this like thin blanket, and then I brought on this thicker one on top of me, so I have like three layers of sheets on top of me.
Wow.
But last night I finally caved and I was like, you know what I need right now? My big fluffy comforter.
Whoa.
I did it.
September 12th, you took out the comforter.
I had to.
This is the equivalent of you turning on your furnace early.
No.
Yes.
No, because I'm saving money by not turning on the furnace and just putting on a bigger blanket.
I don't know if it is. It's like you and your heated seats. Like, you are just a walking contradiction. I want to be cold when I sleep. I need the window open. Give me the giantest blanket ever that I use in the minus 30 nights.
I'm a complicated man, you know? It takes a lot to love me, but I got my comforter on, okay?
Okay. You ever buy the store brand of something and then you're like, ooh, this was a bad mistake? Yeah,
usually. It's sad. More oftentimes than not, it is usually that case, but the odd time you will find something that's actually extremely good.
I find the opposite. Usually I'm like, you can't even tell. I'm sure they made this at the same factory. And then just every once in a while, I'm like, I've been bamboozled by saving 50 cents.
Okay. So you find a lot of the stuff is better.
Yeah.
Or just on par.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, tinfoil, why wouldn't you just buy the store brand?
Okay, yes. I was thinking like more food.
Okay, well, I did have that bad experience where the store brand didn't cut it with food the other day.
Uh-oh, what was it?
A cheesecake. I brought a beautiful homemade cheesecake to a friend's house who always says, like, oh, Steph made cheesecake. The world is right. And I stupidly bought the store brand graham cracker crumbs for the crust.
Yeah.
It ruined the entire thing.
Did it not hold up? Or?
No, they tasted like stale, not like the most delicious honey-made graham crackers.
They were all bottom of the box style?
Yeah.
None of them were like good and crisp or anything?
Mm-mm. And nobody complained. Everybody ate it and pretended like it was the Steph branded cheesecake. And I just thought in my head, like, people are probably like, wow, this is not the way I remember. Maybe I built this up in my head.
You should have just came up and be like, you guys don't have to be kind about it. I know that it's trash, okay?
Can't do that. I can't admit my faults publicly. Been chatting about the store brand items this morning. The ones that you're like, you know what? You should not dabble in that. You should just buy the name brand thing.
Yeah, usually discounted, and sometimes you get what you pay for. Sometimes you find a bargain. One thing that you get what you pay for apparently comes from Laura on Facebook. She said she bought the no-name cotton swabs, used them in her ear, said it almost went deaf. Always buy Q-tip.
I have heard that the cotton swab often falls off the end of the fake Q-tip. So definitely a good thing to avoid. John said saltines. He said generic saltines are miserable. They disintegrate into subatomic particles upon the slightest touch. All right. He's very passionate about his Premium Plus crackers.
Yeah.
Like.
I'll say, John, you're overreacting. I have bought the no-name, and they have been great.
Oh, are you dipping them in your soup? Or are you touching
always
them
soup.
and they're not? Okay.
Always soup.
Interesting. As well, Heinz ketchup, eh? That is, you have to get the Heinz.
Absolutely. That is a must.
Even the French's is wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste right.
Absolutely. 780-791-1037. You can text or call with yours.
Shawn, it's a big day for me.
Big day? What's going on?
Well, 6 years ago today, I was pulling into Fort McMurray for the first time.
Wow, September 13th.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Happy 6-year anniversary moving here.
Thank you. Yeah, I had no idea what to expect. I honestly didn't do enough research about the town before I got here, which would have calmed my fears a lot because it's great up here.
Yeah.
And I was kind of picturing like a blink and you miss it kind of place on at the end of the highway, and it has been so much more than that and so amazing. So I am so thankful that 6 years ago I said it's okay if it's a blink and you miss it highway. I'm going to go up there, and then it was great.
Congratulations. When you actually, that kind of rings a bell when I moved here as well, like blink and you miss it. You look on a map and you're kind of like, okay, that's like what it looks like. That's essentially the size of it. But then you drive, like the drive through is just like, oh, this is pretty big up here.
Yeah.
For what it looks like.
I totally remember my first time driving through and being like, they have a Montana's? Oh my gosh, I love Montana. I used to work in Montana's.
Okay.
I know. And then I was like, they have a second Montana's? At the time they did. And then I was like, how many Starbucks? There was just so many things that I wasn't expecting that I was blown away by. And then as well, I mean, when I moved here, it was quite soon after the fire, and I had a place in Abisan lined up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't ready for a whole month.
Oh, no.
And so I had to live in my tiny 10-foot little vintage camper with no bathroom and no kitchen for a whole month.
A month? What would you have done if you didn't like have a camper?
I don't know. I guess I would have been like, I can't stay in your apartment. I'm going to have to rent somewhere else.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it would have been really different. But the first time it snowed was that year, October 13th, was my first night in the house. So
Wow, good timing.
At least we made it till then.
Well, the community's better with you in it. 6 years and running. Thanks for being here,
Well,
Steph.
thanks, Shawn. I'm one of those people that always get a snack for my way home after grocery shopping.
Oh yeah, I remember this. You always get tempted by the that walk down the aisle, especially if it's one of those long ones where there's just like a 7-second walk of just treats on both sides. What do you grab? Like a chocolate bar?
Yeah, I usually get a Kit Kat or a Twix, depending on the day, depending on how I'm feeling. I need it, okay? And if I go through self-checkout, it's a certain kind of disappointment when I'm like, no, there's no chocolate bars around here. And I often will like run back and be like, sorry to the people in line, like I must get my snack. But yesterday, I was ready to go to the grocery store just to grab something for lunch. I hadn't decided what it was yet, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna brainstorm while I'm in there. I'm gonna find some inspiration from all the different wonderful sections in the grocery store.
Okay, hold up. Okay, so you're grabbing something for lunch, and that was the only thing that you wanted?
Yes, that's all I needed. And I was like, no snack for me today because I'm going home to eat what I get from the grocery store.
What you bought? Yeah.
But I walked in and there was like one of those like take and bake deli pizzas.
Okay, yeah.
Now, I've had one of them before and known that it's not great.
It's not suited for you.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what? Today's the day. So I grabbed that.
There's someone new preparing this pizza. It's going to be good today.
Yeah, and I was like, I better buy some extra sauce because I know there's not enough sauce on this thing. So that was my intention. But then as I continued to walk, I saw this delicious artisan long loaf of bread that's perfect for making bruschetta.
Stop.
I was like, do you want pizza for lunch or bruschetta? Maybe both. So I grabbed that loaf of bread. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm planning on having soup for dinner tonight. You know what would be great? Grilled cheese. I'm going to grab a loaf of sourdough for some grilled cheese.
Have a baguette while you're at it.
looking down at my card, I'm like, oh man, this is a lot of carbs. And then I was like, oh, you know what would taste good right now? Chips and salsa.
Oh my goodness. At least it's not another loaf of bread.
So I went and got some flour, chips, and salsa. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if I have enough cheese for grilled cheese and for bruschetta, so I better buy some cheese. So I get to the till and I'm unloading everything. And I was like, wow, this is just like a ton of carbs. I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch, but it's going to be great. And then I was like, but I can't wait 20 minutes to drive home to Gregoire. I better buy a snack.
Of course you did. Unbelievable.
And normally it would be just a plain old chocolate bar, but I was like, I'm feeling something salty. So I bought another bag of chips for myself.
Look at you. Are you happy this morning?
I'm full. I'm bloated.
Yeah.
Can't fit anything else in here. Well, it's been a ton of fun, Shawn, but it's time for us to get out of here.
Yeah, out of all the carbs you bought yesterday, what are you planning on having today?
I am going to eat the bruschetta for lunch today.
Is the bread still going to be good, do you think?
I don't know. I'm a bit nervous because it was one of those really like strong calibre, like kind of baguette rolls. And I'm really scared. I hate to even say it out loud that my bread knife is going to jump off the bread and slice my thumb. Am I jinxing myself or am I making sure it doesn't happen by saying it out loud?
Yeah, I'm wishing you the best and hopefully you come back and just be like, wow, those are the best bruschetta I've ever had.
Yeah, maybe I should just go to the grocery store and buy another $2 loaf of it.
Don't.
Just to be safe? No?
No, don't do it. Don't.
All right.
I believe.
If I have to get stitches, you're coming to the hospital with me and holding my other hand while I squeeze it in pain.
You got a husband for that.
Oh my gosh. Well, we hope your day is looking on the bright side and safe.
Yeah, stay high to your dogs for us, okay? Goodbye.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.